Hello, my name is Zoe Harris. I'm the founder of Mycarematters, a not-for-profit social enterprise developing and delivering products and services to improve people's experience of care. The project for which we requested support from the Dementia Care Improvement Network is the My Future Care Handbook, an interactive workbook providing the information and tools people need to think about and then record and share decisions around their future care. The idea first came about when an NHS trust started to use the creation of a Mycarematters profile as a way to start a conversation about a person's end-of-life wishes. I was invited to co-facilitate some workshops about advanced care planning with the trust for their staff, and I realised how much confusion and uncertainty there was about the subject. So the original idea was to create a toolkit directed at staff to help them start the conversation. But one of our fundamental principles as an organisation is to find ways of empowering individuals, so it made more sense instead to give people the information they need to make decisions, to give them a sense of control over their future. This is obviously something that is relevant to all of us, and there are plenty of information sources online and in print to help us complete specific tasks, but it can become overwhelming when looking at all the tasks we're advised to complete. Wills, powers of attorney, advanced statements, advanced directives and more, and it's difficult to know where to start. There's also the question of when the topic is raised. NICE recommends that advanced care planning should start as early as possible after a diagnosis of any life-limiting condition to enable individuals to make informed choices about their future care. The reality is that it either never happens or it happens too late for a person with dementia, for example, to be able to make decisions about what they want to have happen. We started our PDSA cycle with a set of interviews and surveys to establish what people knew about advanced care planning and what they already had in place. The answers didn't entirely surprise us, and yet are still quite shocking. The lack of understanding around the decisions available, not appreciating the stress experienced by family members left unsure about what their loved ones would have wanted at the end of their life. It started to become clear that to engage people with a topic that is difficult at the best of times, we needed to talk as much about living well as dying well, and in that way engage with people at a time that they may not be ready otherwise to engage with advanced care planning in the narrow sense of the word. So the Advanced Care Planning Toolkit became the My Future Care Handbook, an interactive workbook with the information and forms for all things related to later life and beyond, from compiling a bucket list to writing a will, from creating a music playlist to considering where you want to live and or be cared for if you need support, and much, much more. The Mycarematters tool, our original online service to enable people to create a record of their non-medical needs and preferences, has been incorporated into this new, much more comprehensive resource, a one-stop shop, as one reviewer has described it, to help people plan for their later life. Producing it as a paper resource is a necessity if we're not to exclude the significant numbers of people, particularly those in the 75-plus age bracket, who do not wish or are unable to use the internet, but there is clearly scope to take it online in due course. Meanwhile, we've included QR codes and links to online resources for those people who are comfortable with and able to go online. We sent out over 100 review copies, and with the feedback from those, went on to publish the first edition, which is now available on Amazon, eBay, and via a new budget website that we've created, and we've been promoting via our social media accounts. Thanks to further support beyond the DCIN grant, we've been able to offer copies at a considerable discount to residents of West Sussex. We'd like to offer the same in other parts of the country, but what we haven't yet been able to do due to the pandemic is start the 3 trials we set up with an NHS Acute Trust's memory assessment service, a hospice's community programme and a GP's social prescriber. The service we plan to offer via social prescription is a copy of the handbook and the offer of a face-to-face conversation with a volunteer. They wouldn't offer advice, but be a friendly ear for someone wishing to have a chat about what they might like to put in place for their future. We believe this approach will be welcomed by people who either don't have family members to discuss it with, or who would find it easier anyway to have a conversation with someone outside the family. In an adaptation of that in recognition of the possibility of social distancing continuing for some time, we are talking to potential partners who provide befriending services by phone and who might offer their clients the same sort of conversation over the phone, and we can put a copy of the handbook in the post. The approach we've taken appears to be popular, as evidenced by the overwhelmingly positive comments we've received, a few of which are shown here. We now look forward to widening our reach and helping more people face their future from a position of knowledge and control. Thank you.